Welcome to my channel Old Valuable Coins. Did you know a single US dime could be worth millions of dollars? That's right. Some rare one-dime coins, like the 1894 S. Barber dime, are among the most valuable coins in American history, with only 9 known to exist and one selling for over $1.9 million. Always check your pocket change, because even modern Roosevelt dimes with minting errors, double strikes, or missing mint marks can be worth a fortune to collectors. So before you spend that dime, take a closer look. You might be holding a hidden treasure worth millions. First up, the 1973 one-dime coin from the United States is one of the fascinating pieces in American coinage history. Known as the Roosevelt dime, this small silver-colored coin has captured the attention of collectors for decades. In this video, we will explore the full details, interesting facts, composition, mint marks, value range, and rare errors that make the 1973 dime coin so special for coin collectors and enthusiasts all around the world. So stay tuned until the end, because some 1973 dimes can be worth much more than their face value, especially if you have one hiding in your pocket change right now. The 1973 dime features the portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. Designed by John R. Isinek, this coin was first introduced in 1946 to honor Roosevelt after his passing. On the obverse, you'll see the profile of Roosevelt facing left, with the word Liberty to his left side and the motto, "In God We Trust," below his chin. The date 1973 appears to the right side near the rim. A small mint mark may also appear near the date, indicating where the coin was minted. Now, let's talk about the mint locations. The 1973 dime was struck at 3 different mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia mint coins have no mint mark, the Denver mint coins have a small D, and the San Francisco mint coins bear an S mark. Each mint produced millions of coins, but some are much more valuable due to their condition, rarity, or minting errors. The composition of the 1973 dime is not silver, as many people think. By 1973, US dimes were made from a copper-nickel-clad composition, a blend of copper at the core and a nickel outer layer. This makes the coin weigh about 2.27 grams and measure 17.9 millimeters in diameter. Even though it's not made of silver, some collectors still search for 1973 dimes with unusual characteristics or errors that can increase their worth significantly. One of the most important things to look for in a 1973 dime is its condition. Coins in mint state, meaning uncirculated or nearly perfect condition, can be worth many times more than those that have been used in circulation. If you have a coin that looks brand new, shiny, with no scratches or marks, it's worth checking carefully. Collectors often seek coins with full details, strong strikes, and clean surfaces. The 1973 D dime from Denver is one of the more common varieties, but in pristine condition, it can still attract collector interest. Some uncirculated examples can reach values of several dollars, while proof coins from the San Francisco Mint can be worth even more. Proof coins are specially made with a mirror-like finish and sharper details. They were not meant for circulation but were sold directly to collectors. If you find a 1973 S-proof dime in original condition, it's a great addition to any coin collection. Now let's talk about errors. This is where things get exciting. Certain 1973 dimes with minting errors can be extremely valuable. Look out for off-center strikes, double die obverse or reverse, clipped planchets, or coins struck on the wrong metal planchette. These errors happen during the minting process and are highly collectible. For example, a 1973 dime struck on a silver planchette from an earlier era could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on condition and rarity. Another common area collectors examine is the lettering and rim details. If you notice doubled letters in Liberty, In God We Trust, or the date 1973, you might have a double die error. Similarly, if the edge of the coin looks clipped or uneven, it may be a minting mistake. These small differences can make a huge difference in value. Even regular circulation dimes can carry collector value if they are preserved well. Keeping your coins in a protective holder or album can help maintain their shine and prevent damage. When handling coins, avoid touching the surface directly with your fingers since the oils from your skin can cause tarnish over time. Always handle coins by their edges for the best long-term preservation. Now, you might be wondering, what is the typical value of a 1973 dime today? In circulated condition, most 1973 dimes are worth around 10 cents, their face value. However, uncirculated examples or proof coins can be worth from $1 to $5 depending on grade and demand. Error coins, as mentioned before, can bring much higher prices, sometimes in the hundreds. Collectors also pay attention to the strike quality. A full-band 1973 dime, meaning the horizontal lines across the torch on the reverse are fully visible and separated, indicates a strong strike. Coins with full bands are rarer and often worth more than weakly struck examples. So when you inspect your dime, take a close look at the torch and its details. On the reverse side of the 1973 dime, you'll find a simple yet powerful design featuring a torch flanked by an olive branch and an oak branch. The olive branch represents peace, the oak branch stands for strength and independence, and the torch symbolizes liberty. The inscriptions include United States of America, E pluribus unum, and 1 dime. Together, these details highlight the enduring spirit of the nation. Even though millions of 1973 dimes were minted, many have disappeared from circulation over the years. Some were lost, some damaged, and some saved by collectors. That's why checking your change can sometimes lead to a valuable find. Coin collecting is not just about profit, it's about history. Every coin tells a story about the time and place it was made. The 1973 dime reminds us of an era when the US economy was shifting, when the mint was improving technology, and when people still cherished small details in design and craftsmanship. If you ever find a 1973 dime with something unusual, an odd color, different weight, or strange texture, it's worth setting aside and researching. Many rare coins have been discovered accidentally by everyday people just paying attention to their change. Always compare your dime with reliable coin images and references to spot differences. Even a slight misalignment or doubling can turn an ordinary dime into a collector's treasure. It's amazing how such a small coin can carry such big potential. So whether you're a beginner coin collector or a seasoned numismatist, the 1973 1 dime coin from the United States deserves a closer look. Its rich design, mint history, and potential value make it one of the interesting pieces of modern coinage. Search through your jars, drawers, or old wallets, who knows, you might have a valuable piece of history right in your hands. Next up, the 1976 D Roosevelt dime from the United States is one of the most interesting coins in American history, carrying both monetary and historical value. This coin, minted in Denver and marked with the letter D, continues to attract collectors and enthusiasts across the world. In today's video, we'll explore everything about the 1976 D1 dime coin, from its composition, minting details, historical background, possible errors, and what makes it potentially valuable in today's coin market. Stay tuned till the end, because you might be surprised to learn that some 1976 D dimes can be worth far more than their face value of just 10 cents. The Roosevelt dime was introduced in 1946, following the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who was deeply admired by Americans for his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II. The dime was chosen to honor him because of his association with the March of Dimes, a foundation that helped combat polio. By 1976, this coin had already been in circulation for 30 years, but the 1976 D dime stands out for several reasons, including the period's unique minting characteristics and the occasional production errors that make certain coins highly collectible. The 1976 D1 dime was minted at the Denver Mint, which produced millions of these coins for circulation. The total mintage exceeded 695 million pieces. Each dime was composed of a copper-nickel clad, meaning it has an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core. The coin weighs 2.27 grams and has a diameter of 17.91 millimeters. On the obverse, or front side, the coin features the profile of Franklin D. Roosevelt, designed by John R. Sinek, with the mint mark D appearing just above the date 1976. The reverse side shows a torch flanked by an olive branch on the left and an oak branch on the right, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength. Although billions of Roosevelt dimes were produced, collectors often look for specific years or mint marks that carry special qualities. The 1976 D dime is not considered rare in general circulation, but its value can change significantly depending on condition, strike quality, and minting errors. Coins in uncirculated or mint state condition can already sell for much more than 10 cents, especially when graded high on the professional grading scale. Now let's talk about some of the most interesting error varieties that make the 1976 D dime highly sought after among collectors. Error coins are special because they were produced differently due to mistakes during the minting process. These include off-center strikes, double dies, broad strikes, and clipped planchets. An off-center strike occurs when the coin's design is not properly aligned with the planchette, creating a visible shift. A double die error happens when the die used to strike the coin is engraved twice, causing elements like the date, lettering, or mint mark to appear doubled. Some 1976 D dimes also have weak strikes, where parts of the design appear faint due to worn dies. Collectors often examine the 1976 D dime carefully under magnification to identify any such variations. Even small imperfections or misalignments can make the coin far more valuable than a regular one. For example, a 1976 D-dime with a strong double die obverse could sell for hundreds of dollars, while an off-center strike might fetch between $50 and $200 depending on how far off the strike is. In pristine mint state condition, graded MS65 or higher, a 1976 D-dime can be worth anywhere from $5 to $20 or even more depending on the market demand. The condition of your dime plays a major role in determining its worth. Coins that have been in circulation usually show wear, scratches, faded details, or dull surfaces. However, uncirculated coins retain their sharp design and mint luster. Collectors use a scale called the Sheldon grading scale to assess coin condition, ranging from poor, P1, to perfect mint state, MS70. A 1976 D-dime graded MS60 still has a decent shine, while an MS65 or MS67 will appear nearly flawless under magnification. Another factor affecting the 1976 D-dime's value is toning, the natural change of color that happens over time due to oxidation. Some collectors love coins with rainbow or gold toning, as these colors can make a coin unique. A beautifully toned 1976 D-dime can sometimes bring a premium above regular market value. In addition to condition and errors, demand plays a huge part in coin pricing. The 1976 D-dime is often collected as part of complete Roosevelt dime sets, which include all dates and mint marks from 1946 to the present. Many collectors seek to find a perfectly matched 1976 D to fill their album. Coins with strong strikes, sharp details, and full torch lines on the reverse, known as full bands, are especially desirable. If you find a 1976 D-dime in your pocket change, it's worth taking a closer look. Start by checking its general condition under a light. Look for the mint mark D above the date. Then, inspect the lettering and Roosevelt's portrait for signs of doubling. Examine the rim to see if the design is off-center or uneven. If your coin looks different from regular dimes, it could be an error variety worth far more than 10 cents. Some collectors have even found valuable dimes hiding in plain sight, coins that appear ordinary at first but turn out to be rare mint errors once closely examined. While most 1976 D-dimes are common, there are always surprises in the world of coin collecting. Rare examples can sell at coin shows, auctions, or online platforms for impressive amounts. The value of coins like the 1976 D-dime often depends on timing too. As interest in US coin collecting grows, prices can fluctuate with market trends. A dime that sells for $5 today might sell for $10 next year if collector demand increases. The best way to preserve your coin's value is to keep it protected in a coin holder or capsule, away from moisture and handling. The Roosevelt dime series has remained a symbol of American history and craftsmanship for nearly 8 decades. Each year and mint mark tells a story, not just of the coin itself, but of the era it represents. The 1976 D-dime reflects a time when the United States was celebrating its bicentennial year, marking 200 years of independence. Although the dime itself did not receive a special bicentennial design like the quarter, half dollar, and dollar coins, it still carries the heritage of that historic period. Collectors often appreciate this subtle connection to 1976, the year of America's 200th anniversary. The dime represents everyday commerce and the enduring spirit of American currency. Its small size hides a big history. So, the next time you come across a 1976 D1 dime coin from the United States, don't overlook it. Examine it carefully, appreciate its design, and consider what it represents. Whether it's a common circulation coin or a rare era variety, each dime holds a piece of American heritage. Coin collecting is not only about value, it's about discovering stories hidden in plain sight. Next up, the 1978 one-dime coin. This small silver-colored coin might look ordinary at first glance, but it holds fascinating history, collectible value, and important details that every coin collector and coin enthusiast should know. Whether you're new to coin collecting or you've been collecting for years, you'll find this video helpful and full of valuable information about the 1978 dime coin from the United States Mint. Let's begin by talking about the background of the one-dime coin. The dime, worth 10 cents, has been a part of American currency since the late 1700s. The design of the dime we use today features the portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. This Roosevelt dime design was first introduced in 1946 to honor the president after his death, and it has remained in production ever since. The 1978 dime continues that same legacy, featuring Roosevelt's portrait on the obverse, or front, side of the coin. Now, let's go into detail about the 1978 dime coin itself. The 1978 one dime was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The coins minted in Philadelphia do not carry a mint mark, The ones minted in Denver have a small D mark on the front side near the date, and the ones minted in San Francisco carry an S mint mark. Philadelphia and Denver coins were made for circulation, while the San Francisco coins were mostly proof coins produced for collectors. The 1978 dime is made of a copper-nickel composition, with an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core. This composition gives it the silvery appearance similar to older silver dimes, even though modern dimes like the 1978 version no longer contain any silver. Each coin weighs about 2.27 grams and measures 17.9 millimeters in diameter. It has a reeded edge, meaning you can see small grooves along the side of the coin, a feature used to prevent coin clipping or tampering in earlier times. On the front of the 1978 dime, you'll see the portrait of President Roosevelt facing left. The word "liberty" appears to the left of his face, the phrase "In God We Trust" appears below his chin, and the date 1978 appears near the lower right side. If there is a mint mark, you'll find it just above the date. The designer's initials, JS, stand for John Sinnock, who was the chief engraver of the United States Mint and designed this dime in 1946. On the reverse side, you'll find a torch in the center symbolizing liberty, flanked by an olive branch on the left representing peace and an oak branch on the right representing strength and independence. The words United States of America appear around the top, and E pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one, is inscribed in the center below the branches. The denomination, 1 dime, appears at the bottom. Let's now discuss the mintage and how many of these coins were made. In 1978, the Philadelphia Mint produced over 748 million dimes, the Denver Mint produced around 377 million, and the San Francisco Mint made about 3.1 million proof coins. With such a large mintage, the 1978 dime is considered a common coin in circulation, and it's easy to find in pocket change, coin rolls, or bulk collections. However, while most 1978 dimes are worth face value, certain rare varieties, errors, and high-grade examples can be worth much more to collectors. For example, coins that have sharp strikes, full details, and no signs of wear can be worth several dollars or more in uncirculated condition. Collectors often look for examples graded by professional services at high mint state levels, such as MS-65, MS-66, or higher. Some of the most valuable 1978 dimes come from minting errors. These can include off-center strikes, double die errors, broad strikes, or coins struck on the wrong planchette. For instance, a 1978 dime struck off-center by more than 50% can bring a premium of $50 or more. A double die obverse with noticeable doubling in the date or lettering could sell for hundreds of dollars depending on its clarity and rarity. Another interesting type of error is when a dime is struck on a foreign planchette or on a cent planchette, which can make it extremely rare and valuable. Proof coins from the San Francisco Mint are also collectible, especially in high grades with deep cameo contrast. These proof coins were not made for circulation and usually come with mirror-like surfaces. If you have a 1978 S-proof dime that's still in its original mint packaging or in perfect condition, it could be worth a few dollars, and even more if it's graded PR70 by a professional service. The key to identifying a valuable 1978 dime lies in its condition, mint mark, and any unique errors. To check your coins properly, it's best to handle them carefully by the edges to avoid fingerprints or scratches. Look at the coin under good lighting, and use a magnifying glass to check for any doubling, die cracks, off-center details, or unusual marks that could signal a mint error. Now, let's talk about grading and condition in simple terms. A circulated 1978 dime that has been used in daily transactions will usually be worth only its face value of 10 cents. An uncirculated coin that shows no wear, with bright luster and sharp details, can range from 50 cents to a few dollars. Coins with extremely high grades, such as MS-67 or MS-68, are very rare and can reach values between $20 and $100 or more, especially if they are certified and attract collector demand. Some 1978 dimes have special appeal because of the way they were struck. Coins with what collectors call full bands on the torch are especially desirable. The full bands designation means the horizontal bands across the torch on the reverse are fully separated and well-defined, showing a strong strike. Such coins are rare and command higher prices in the collector market. Even though most 1978 dimes are common, they are still an important part of the Roosevelt dime series and represent a piece of U.S. coinage history. For many collectors, building a complete set of Roosevelt dimes from 1946 to the present can be a fun and rewarding hobby, and the 1978 dime is one of the key dates from the late 1970s that completes that timeline. If you're searching for 1978 dimes, check your change, coin rolls from banks, or old coin jars at home. You never know when you might come across a coin in exceptional condition or one with an error that makes it valuable. Some people have even found rare coins worth hundreds of dollars hiding in everyday circulation, so it's always worth taking a closer look. To care for your dimes, avoid cleaning them with chemicals or abrasive materials, as that can ruin their surface and lower their value. Store your coins in soft plastic holders or coin flips designed for long-term storage, and keep them in a cool, dry place to prevent tarnish or corrosion. As time goes on, coins like the 1978 dime continue to gain interest among collectors, especially when found in pristine condition or with rare varieties. While it may not contain silver like older dimes from before 1965, the 1978 Roosevelt dime is still a piece of American history that tells the story of everyday money and craftsmanship at the United States Mint. So whether you collect for fun, investment, or curiosity, always pay attention to details like mint marks, condition, and potential errors. Now we will explore the 1983 P1 dime coin from the United States. Is one of the fascinating coins for collectors and enthusiasts of American coinage. Minted in Philadelphia, this 1983 Roosevelt dime holds a special place in numismatic history, not only because of its age but also due to the details, composition, and hidden value that make it worth discussing. The Roosevelt dime has been a symbol of American currency since 1946, and the 1983 P dime continues that legacy with its unique design, minting variations, and collector demand. Let's explore everything about this 1983 P1 dime coin, its features, history, composition, mint marks, errors, and potential value today. Even though it's a small coin with a face value of 10 cents, certain examples can be worth far more depending on their condition, rarity, and minting mistakes. The obverse of the 1983 dime features the portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. His profile faces left, and the inscriptions include the word "Liberty" on the left, "In God We Trust" below his chin, and the date 1983 near the lower right edge. Right next to the date, you can see the mint mark, P, which stands for the Philadelphia Mint, one of the main U.S. mints that produced coins in large quantities during that year. The reverse side of the coin displays a torch in the center, flanked by an olive branch on the left and an oak branch on the right. This symbolizes liberty, peace, and strength, three values deeply rooted in American culture. Surrounding the design are the words United States of America, E pluribus unum, and one dime. The edges are reeded, and the overall appearance of the coin reflects the standard design of Roosevelt dimes that continues even today. The 1983 P dime is made of a copper-nickel-clad composition, meaning it has an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core. The coin weighs 2.27 grams and has a diameter of 17.91 millimeters. Because of this durable composition, many 1983 P dimes have survived in circulation, but finding one in high mint state condition, especially uncirculated or proof-like, can be quite rare and valuable. When it comes to mintage numbers, the Philadelphia Mint produced hundreds of millions of 1983 dimes. However, due to heavy circulation, most of these coins show signs of wear. Coins that remain in pristine condition with full details, strong strike, and original luster can command higher prices in the collector market. Now let's talk about potential value. A circulated 1983 P dime is typically worth its face value of 10 cents. However, uncirculated examples graded MS-65 or higher by professional grading standards can sell for several dollars, and sometimes even more depending on eye appeal and rarity. Certain rare error coins can make the 1983 P dime worth much more. Some collectors look for striking errors, double dies, off-center strikes, or missing clad layers. For example, a 1983 P dime missing its clad layer can appear copper-colored, and such coins are extremely valuable to collectors. Off-center strikes or dimes with misaligned dies also attract attention and can sell for significant amounts, often ranging from $50 to hundreds of dollars depending on the severity and condition. Another thing collectors focus on is full bands on the torch on the reverse side. A 1983 P dime with strong, fully separated horizontal bands is considered to have a full bands or full torch designation, which greatly increases its desirability and market value. These coins demonstrate excellent striking quality and are sought after by serious Roosevelt dime collectors. Let's also remember that in 1983, coin collecting was not as widely practiced for modern coins as it is today, so many 1983 P dimes were not saved in uncirculated rolls or mint sets. This means high-grade survivors are relatively scarce compared to some other years. Finding a brilliant uncirculated example directly from circulation is rare today. If you have a 1983 P dime, take a close look at it. Examine it under good lighting or a magnifying glass to check for any errors, strong strike details, or unusual coloration. Pay attention to the lettering, mint mark, and rim. A small variation in design or texture might indicate a valuable minting error. Collectors also note that toning can add appeal to a coin. Some 1983p dimes display attractive rainbow or golden tones due to oxidation over decades. Although toning doesn't always increase the value, certain color patterns can make a coin more desirable to specialized collectors. It's also worth noting that the 1983p dime does not have a silver composition. Silver Roosevelt dimes were minted only until 1964. After that, the US Mint switched to the copper-nickel-clad design, which remains in use today. Still, even without silver, a coin like the 1983p dime holds historical importance and collectible interest, especially when found in exceptional condition. If you come across a 1983 dime in your change, don't overlook it. While most may be common, there's always a chance of discovering an error variety or an unusually well-preserved piece. Some collectors have found coins worth far more than face value simply by paying attention to small details. When selling or researching your coin, make sure to compare it with recent sales or coin value guides. Prices can fluctuate based on collector demand and grading results. Coins in mint state condition with unique errors can surprise even experts with their auction results. Many collectors enjoy assembling Roosevelt dime sets by year and mint mark, and the 1983p dime plays a vital role in completing that collection. Because of its Philadelphia mint origin, it's often paired with the 1983D and 1983S proof dimes to form a complete trio. Over time, as fewer high-quality examples remain in existence, demand for coins like the 1983p dime continues to grow. The key is condition. Collectors prioritize coins with full luster, sharp details, and minimal contact marks. Even if your 1983p dime doesn't hold high monetary value, it's a piece of American history. It represents decades of craftsmanship, everyday use, and the enduring image of Franklin D. Roosevelt, who inspired this iconic coin design.